Hello, everyone, and welcome to the first live stream of the new year. We're super excited about it. As you can see, Heidi is not beside me because she's not feeling well. Unfortunately, she's got like some kind of bug. We don't really know what it is, not COVID or anything. So she's over on the side. So if you hear a cough or a sniffle, you can send a little message and say, hopefully Heidi feels better. She's just over there relaxing. But we're going to talk about all things Disney in 2024. And thankfully, I have some amazing people here with me to talk about all this stuff. People who just love to talk just as much as I do. And when we get together, it's even better to chat. Haley and Tommy.
Hello.
Welcome again. So
Thank
great
you
that
for
you're
having
here.
us.
Yeah.
We just, every time I always message them, I'm like, do you want to come on the live? Because it's just always so fun to talk with them. And we just have
every time our answer is yes.
Yeah, whenever we're free, it's always yes.
Yeah, seriously. And I'm going to throw down, I just got to pull it up, Haley and Tommy's YouTube channel because they're back, baby.
We're back, baby.
Seriously. And I could not be literally more happy about it. I like, you did like a weekly vlog or whatever. And I was like, oh, that's so great. And then like some Disneyland stuff. I'm like, that's getting me excited for like our trip, which we'll talk about, but just crazy. So welcome back to the YouTube verse on your channel. And I left it there down in the chat.
Yeah, trying to get a little more consistent in the new year. It's part of my New Year's resolutions.
There you go. It's hard.
Yeah.
It's
the filming part is easy. The editing part is daunting. There's a lot of footage sitting on this camera right now waiting to be edited.
Oh, for sure. Like it's always easy when you can film and then you look and you go, oh, this is going to take like hours to actually go through stuff. But that's okay. The perks of being on YouTube. But welcome back to YouTube nonetheless. And like I said, I left it there. So anybody who hasn't checked them out, which I'm sure you have if you're here, definitely go watch their stuff because they're the best and so great. But like I said, we're going to talk about all of the Disney things to come in 2024, from the parks to movies to Disney Plus and everything else in between. And then we'll touch on some exciting things to come for us in 2024 and talk about the future live streams that we have planned, the next 2 live streams, I'm pretty sure. I'll talk about what those kind of topics are, but we're going to all play along in the chat below. If you're new to our channel and our live streams, be sure to give it a like and subscribe if you would like to. And if you're watching this back later, thank you so much for watching it back. We really, really appreciate it. And we know people like to use this as like a podcast in the car, which we'll touch on that later on as well. But I'm excited about today's live. So if we're ready, I'm going to pull up my other screen here, which I'm like, how do I do this? I should know how to do this. Entire screen. Beautiful. All right. First up, this is how we're gonna play this little game, because you know that I love games. So we're just gonna play it with this right here. So we're gonna play up or down, which requires you to get those thumbs ready, either in real life if you'd like to, or down in the chat down below. We'll use our real thumbs. Everyone else at home, you can use your real thumbs, but also be sure to type them in the chat as well.
Unfortunately, we can't see that.
Use your virtual thumbs as well.
Technology hasn't come that far yet.
No, virtual thumbs. But yeah, Mint is here, and new Mint homie. I love that. Welcome. Thanks for being here to chat all Disney things. But yeah, so use your thumbs up and down. If you want to, you can kind of be a like in the middle if you want, but up or down. And then we'll kind of chat about why we're up or down. And there are some topics. Some of them I have a visual for, others I don't, because there's like a lot of things that are kind of just not really visual worthy, because Disney doesn't have a lot of stuff, to be honest, coming in 2024. It's kind of a lighter year. And I think that's because of something that's coming later in the year, which we'll talk about at the very end. But first up, this picture is a little blurry, but it's the best one I could find. And it is that all-day park hopper access is back at Disney World. And I'm pretty sure that it was back like today or yesterday or something like that, like pretty recently. And I'm pretty sure most people will be thumbs up on this one. What about you guys? Big thumbs up.
Big thumbs up.
Yeah,
big thumbs up.
Definitely a thumbs up. Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like it definitely changed the Disney park game when you couldn't park hop all day, because you can't get nearly as much stuff done.
Yeah, and you really have to dedicate that first chunk of the day to like actually getting stuff done, where with the all day you can really be more flexible in terms of, you know, if you really just want to sort of hit surface level stuff, you can.
Yeah, like, and I think like I really noticed this the most when I was obviously working down there, and I would go to Epcot every day to do Guardians, and it's like, what else like do I want to do? Yeah, it's like I would buy food and stuff, which is fine. But if I was able to, I would go do Guardians and then get the heck out of there and go to Hollywood Studios or something else. And then maybe
I think having a virtual queues be a thing when you don't have all day park hopping is tough too, because like you said, you want to go to Guardians, but then you just like wander around for the rest of the day because there's not a ton to do at Epcot.
Yeah, definitely depending on what you're trying to do. Yeah, and if that's like the big thing you want to do at Epcot and then move on, yeah, you're really restricted in regards to timing.
For sure. And this is also kind of bringing changes, which we don't really know like exactly when, but the Park Pass reservation system is also going to change, where certain like people with like day tickets or that kind of thing won't need Park Pass reservations. Right now, the thought is that still cast members and annual pass and stuff like will still need it until some changes are made there. So hopefully that kind of goes away. Like I know like on the Disney logistics end, it probably helps to know kind of roughly how many people are going to the parks, but for other people, maybe it's tougher when there's none available.
Yeah, I'm sure staffing probably plays into it. So I'm sure they had some benefits of knowing how many people are going to go. And so weaning that off is probably tough for them.
For sure.
Yeah, I'm not super against the reservation system as a whole. I know with the pass holders, they're looking to implement like specific days where you don't require a reservation. I think that makes a lot of sense. And then maybe instituting the reservations again, for everybody around sort of high traffic days like the holidays and stuff like that, because I think there are some benefits. You don't want to show up at the gate and get turned away.
For sure.
But I think in general, it's, the more freedom you have to go wherever you want, whenever you want, the better.
For sure. So we'll see what those like new changes are. But Kennedy's thumbs up. So is Tyler and Justine. I'm going to welcome everyone in with the thumbs up. It's perfect. Llama Floof. It's always sunny, which is Heidi, which is we're up is Mint, and Caden is up as well. So welcome everyone. Thanks for being here. But yeah, so all day park hopper access is now back, and changes will come to Park Pass and that kind of stuff. And we'll see what that brings like for the parks. I think it'll be interesting. Magical Castle Company welcome says it was great this past week. There we go. Firsthand experience. And Jason is also thumbs up. So we'll move on to our next one, and it's going to be revealing what's behind here. Are we ready? I'm not too sure what's next. Next up is Tiana's Bayou Adventure, which opens in late 2024, which kind of leaves a lot of room for interpretation. I've seen people online say late summer, actual late year, like lots of different things. I would love if it was a late summer, but I've seen online from like certain people that show like the aerial view and like some updates and stuff that Disney World is ahead of Disneyland, which makes sense because they closed earlier. So we'll see if that has any effect. But yeah, like I'm thinking late 2024 has got to be like a November or something like that.
Yeah, I think they'll probably be up for the holidays.
I think, Q4 2024. So from October on, I think is probably the window we're looking at.
Yeah, for sure. And I think, this has got to be thumbs up. I'm good for any new attraction, even if this is like Haley said in her vlog show, like you use the word begrudgingly.
Oh yeah.
Splash Mountain. Hopefully this will be better for you because it's maybe Princess and the Frog and you like it more, or you'll just still get soaking wet and be upset about it, but still do it.
I've had some bad experiences. I've been picked on by the ride vehicle a little bit, but I'm excited. The outside, like you said, that aerial view is not at right now, and I hope they do more. It's not looking as exciting as Splash Mountain did, like with the Briar Patch and stuff.
Yeah.
So I'm hoping that they like spruce it up a little bit because right now it just kind of looks like a hill.
Yeah, like, and I think that they were supposed to have like, it looked like there was like a lot of like foliage and stuff and like lights and different things. So hopefully that's all going to get like added there because like the whole talk was that at night it's going to be beautiful and it's going to look really cool. Yeah. So hopefully that's the case, but I'm excited about this. I love Tiana. I love that there's like the new music and old music, and it's kind of like a continuation after the movie. I think is pretty cool, and I'm excited to see what they do with like the updated animatronics.
Yeah, for sure,
which is fun. So I think that you got to be up on this. Of course, if you miss Splash Mountain, then it's kind of tough, but at least the ride is pretty much the exact same.
Yeah, you go through the same motions. It's just a different like movie, obviously.
Yeah, I think I went from sort of just being like, oh, okay, like bummer, Splash Mountain's going away, but I'm sure this will be fine, to like actually being quite excited for this ride. I think the animatronics, like you said, like I think getting updated animatronics that are still like creature, like they're very cartoony, right? Like I feel like we haven't gotten new cartoony animatronics in quite a while.
For sure.
So I'm really excited about that. And yeah, definitely, I think if it sort of resembles the concept art, which I know is hard to do, I think that would be, like a home run, slam dunk, whatever analogy you want to use there.
Agree for sure. And we'll see what the chat has to say. Heidi is all thumbs up. Kennedy's so excited. Hester, welcome. Thanks for being here. She's up as well. Kaden and Justine are all up on this, and so is Llama Floof. Tyler is, but we'll miss Splash Mountain, which is, I think, a lot of people's kind of sentiment. People love that attraction. Even though you get soaking wet, people love Splash Mountain. And I think people also just love like older things. So like when Dinosaur leaves, even if it's like super good and there's maybe not like a big fan base, people will be upset that Dinosaur leaves. Like every old thing that leaves is like a tougher pill to swallow, but hopefully this will live up to being really cool and awesome and people will love it. Magical Castle's up as well, sorry. And then Mint is up as well, which is great. Next up, and again, there'll be a mix of movies, parks. I don't really know what order this is in because they all kind of opened up.
I never know what's coming next.
No, next up is a movie, and this is Marvel's only movie of 2024. They're kind of taking a step back. They've pushed release dates back. They've kind of shuffled things up. Things are not ready. There's been lots of issues that are kind of out of their control that they can't control with some actors and different things, which I'm not going to touch on. But Deadpool 3 is the only movie coming out this year. Where do we sit on Deadpool 3 or Marvel in general? Because there'll be some more Marvel on this list a little bit later on.
I'm definitely up on Marvel, and I think I'm up on Deadpool. I think it's such a different. It was like I heard Margot Robbie talking about before they made Harley Quinn. Deadpool came out before, and it kind of gave way to like an R-rated comic book movie.
Right.
And so I think that it gives like the comedy and action. So I'm up.
Yeah, I think I'm sort of more down on Marvel in general nowadays, but I'm very much up on this movie. Like I enjoy the first two Deadpools a lot, and I have definitely felt the sort of superhero movie TV show fatigue recently. Mm-hmm. But Deadpool is sort of beating, so much to the march of its own drum that I think that this is a really good opportunity, especially with it being the only thing slated for 2024, to be sort of fresh and exciting and sort of kick off, a sort of new phase moving forward. So I'm definitely up. Everything I've heard about it and seen it like looks and sounds really cool. I have a lot of faith in Ryan Reynolds, so up on Deadpool 3 for sure.
Yeah, I'm like kind of the same boat. I love Wolverine, which you see like in this picture, who's coming back. Like he was my first, I remember that my dad loved X-Men and watching that, and I was like, Wolverine is so cool and just like such an awesome character. And the fact that it's like he's gonna come back in this, it'll be with like Ryan Reynolds, who's so funny, and I just think this will be a good mix. I don't know too much about it because I've tried to avoid the spoilery talk that everybody's putting up all online about this movie.
They're out there, yeah.
They're out there for sure. So I'm actively not searching. I was even worried to get this photo to search Deadpool 3. I was like, what's going to come up? But I had to show this because this kind of encompasses why that I'm excited. It's like these two guys coming together and then whatever else they add. I feel like it'll be pretty hard to mess this up because I think that both of these guys love these characters and want to really do right by them. So hopefully this is going to be great. I'm up on this. And I still love Marvel. I think that I liked the Marvels more than most people did. And some of the other stuff, but I'm excited about this. And I think if there's got to be one movie for the year, it's got to be this one because this one's going to be a heavy hitter for sure. And I think that Llama Floof said here hasn't seen the first two. Maybe this will be a good one to come in because I don't really know, I don't know too much about the first two either. I know that I've seen them, but I don't really know the plot line exactly of them. Yeah. But I'm excited about this one just because it's going to be, I think, a lot of X-Men kind of tied into this one for sure.
Yeah, I think it'll be interesting to see the two characters together and the two actors because they're seemingly so different.
Yeah.
One is a little more serious and one's a little more goofy. So I think it will be interesting to watch them together.
Yeah, for sure. And we'll see what everybody has to say. Caden's up on this. Jason's up. It's going to wait for streaming, which I think is an interesting topic as well, because a lot of people do that, which makes sense. Movie tickets are expensive and concessions are expensive, and maybe some movies aren't worth going to see. So I think this also should do really good on streaming, hopefully. On Disney Plus, when this hits there, this will do super well. Kennedy's up. So is Mint. So is Heidi. Like I said, Llama Floof hasn't seen the first two. Maybe we'll see the third one. Tyler's up. Magical Castle is down because they've disappointed us a lot lately. So very skeptical. skeptical. Totally fair. Yes, and Jason says he's too young for Deadpool. That's true. I feel like I totally forgot that it's an R-rated movie, and that Llama Floof, I'm like, oh yes, not that age.
Llama Floof is here to defend his age, though. Here.
There we go. Yes, old enough to watch R-rated films. A debate, but technically very funny.
We're causing in-house drama here.
Exactly, and this will also be the first Marvel Studios movie that's R-rated, which is interesting. So they're going to stick to the hard R.
I think you have to. You can't have the first two and then go and kind of kid it down.
For sure. And I already know there's going to be so many jokes about him being in the MCU, and they're going to poke so much like fun at so many things. So yeah, I'm excited about it. So we'll move on to the next one. Sorry. Where am I at here? Oh, sorry. This is glitching out of me. Thumbs up from Fandoms and Figments. I was like, what's happening? But I'm also going to say that when they release a trailer for this, hopefully we'll do a little reaction, because I love those and that was fun. So hopefully this will be a good movie to do a reaction to. And next up, I think might be another movie with the order is Inside Out 2, which is coming out to theaters in June. And this will be, so far, which has been released, Disney's only animated movie, either Disney or Pixar, coming out this year, which I think, again, a heavy hitter. Are we up or down on Inside Out 2?
I think if this one doesn't do well, it's I don't know what you did, because Inside Out was so good. I think that it's hard to mess this up.
For sure.
It should be hard to mess this up, I think.
Yeah, I'm cautiously up. I think that Pixar has a pretty good track record with sequels. I think Cars 2 is generally the only real miss. That being said, I don't really love the character design of Anxiety. It reminds me a lot of the basketball imaginary friend from Foster's Home for Imaginary Friends. So I don't love that, but I think that I like Maya Hawke, so I think that the character could end up growing on me, and it's something that, it bothers me now, but when I'm watching the movie, I'll totally forget that I ever felt this way.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think this will be, again, I think that the Disney year for movies is kind of one of those things that if this stuff doesn't do well, I think that it's kind of a panic button setting in here of Deadpool and Inside Out, and then another movie that we'll get to. If these don't do well, I think that we're kind of in a tough stage where I think already people are kind of down on Disney. And the last thing that we'll touch on here is the Expo, which will be later. But I think that the Expo is going to be big, to try to bring people back in and say, listen, it's kind of been rough, but this is what's coming up. I also think that it's hard with Disney Plus, and the pandemic has changed how people watch things.
Yeah.
So movies won't ever really do the same as an Endgame or things did before, because people don't want to go to see these movies. So hopefully this will do well. I'm excited about it. I love Maya Hawke, like you said, from Stranger Things. I think she's so great. So hopefully she will do a good job. And I think that this has lots of potential, but also if they kind of don't handle the material of her kind of being older and stuff, going through some different things. Yeah, I think that could be kind of tough as well, but I'm excited.
I feel like they haven't really skirted around that in the last couple that they've put out that touch on these same kind of topics.
That's
so
true.
I feel like they're comfortable handling that. And I think that Maya Hawke is funny and real enough that she'll do a nice job here.
Yeah, I mean, from everyone involved, I don't really see a reason why they would sort of backtrack on what they did in the first movie. That wouldn't really make a lot of sense.
Sure.
And Turning Red and stuff.
And it's been consistent throughout. I have no reasons to doubt. I think it's just, like you said, with the recent track record, it's, just rocky roads a little bit until a big hit.
Buck agrees.
Yeah.
Bucket, yeah. Kennedy's up on this. So is Heidi. So is Llama Floof. Jason's down. This, I think, is our first thumbs down, which is okay. Caden's up. Llama Floof says $1 billion film incoming. We shall see. I think that Disney would be super happy.
Yeah.
Sure. Mint says yes with a bunch of smileys. Super up on that one. Llama Floof says they need to rival Epic Universe as well, which we'll touch on at the Expo portion of this live for sure. And then also we have so excited for this one. Can't wait to see Anxiety. Love Maya Hawke. Yes, we agree. She's great. And yeah, hopefully it's good. Again, I'm excited about it, and hopefully people go see it so that Disney doesn't have to super smash the panic button and do some
they left Elemental out there and it ended up doing pretty well.
Mm-hmm.
So this obviously, is a bigger name, and if they, leave it out in theaters and don't put it to Disney Plus as soon, I think that there's no reason why it can't.
I also think
approach $1 billion.
You released this around when kids are not in school and parents are taking their kids to go see it.
Yeah, if you drop this like the end of June, I think that's 2 months of nonstop showing. So
I'm with you for sure. And next up, season 5 of this glorious show, Phineas and Ferb, is going to be coming this year, which is like a little reboot, right? Because this hasn't been on for a while, but it's coming back with a new season. Like the cast is back. There was like a recording that I saw with Ashley Tisdale, recording her lines.
That's awesome.
Just like so funny. So I know that Heidi loves this show, but I'm also going to say that I'm up on this because I just think any new stuff and any like old stuff coming back that's like new again, like is always fun. So I'll definitely check.
This is big ups for me.
Yeah.
Big ups. I think that this was like at the end of that golden age of TV shows for the Disney Channel. I think that this is bringing back the good stuff.
Yeah, I totally missed Phineas and Ferb. From what I have seen, like the bits and pieces, it seems super funny and like it really would have been up my alley. But that being said, yeah, I'm thumbs up just because I'm super supportive of any time you can sort of revive or bring back a show with, the original people involved and just getting them, another paycheck just to be like, hey, thanks for all the good work you did. Here's, here you get paid for season 5. That's a thumbs up for me. And I know people love Phineas and Ferb. So maybe it'll spark me to do a rewatch or something like that. And I'll go through it all.
There we go. And this also, from what I read, is going to take place the following summer after the first, I guess all 4 seasons took place in the same summer. This will take place in the following summer, which is interesting.
Yeah.
And it's going to be on the Disney Channel, hopefully Disney Plus as well, which I think would be a smart move to put it on both. Mm-hmm. But I think this will do big. I think this will be so good. The music and the characters and the quotes. I think that TikTok's going to love this show.
Yeah.
I think it'll be super great. So
I think you grab multiple audiences because you have us, mm-hmm. The almost 30s to 30-year-olds who are watching it. And then now you've got a new young audience that will be super into it.
I think you made a great point, Brandon. I think this is absolutely going to be in 30-second snips on TikTok for months months in a row.
Yeah. Doofenshmirtz will be up there.
For sure. Perry and those two. It's just going to be super fun. So I'm excited about this. And so is everybody else. Lots of thumbs, multiple emojis from Jason, Caden, Kennedy. Llama Floof is up on it. So is Heidi. Magical Castle Company and Llama Floof is excited about all of the new songs to come. So again, if you have not watched the show, super great show, and you can catch up and then watch season 5 coming this year, which is so fun. Next up on our list is Agatha Darkhold Diaries, which does not have a release date, but is slated for 2024. So that's why that it's in here. But this is going to be on Disney Plus. The show was originally called a few different things, Coven of Chaos. Now we're at this name. So I don't really know. I know that I'm excited about this because I love WandaVision. And even if the Scarlet Witch at all shows up, even if it's at the end, whatever, I'll be so excited. And I'm interested to see what happens with her kids, which is rumored that they're in this show. And there's some stills of them and stuff. So I'm excited about this. I think that it's kind of one of those, though, where Marvel's kind of gotten into where they have so many characters and all these kind of side things. And it's when do you how do you come back to having this main core, back when it was Iron Man, and all those kind of core characters. Now we're kind of branching off where every character has their own little pocket of the universe with branches coming off of those. So we'll see how this does.
Yeah. That's my problem, I think, with this is that I don't really care that much about Agatha. I wish I did. And I like Wanda, but I think that that's what it is that it's everything. The main timeline is getting too thin that I don't care about the strands as much.
Yeah.
So this is a middle for me. I'll try it. And it might be a show I just don't finish.
Yeah, this is unfortunately going to have to be a thumbs down for me. It kind of, it feels like they were really sort of riding high on the success of sort of the Endgame saga, and people reacted really positively to the Agatha song in WandaVision. Yeah. And they were let's give her a show. It sounds great, But like anytime there's so many name changes and like they're clearly sort of moving it in different directions, I just don't really have super high expectations, especially with sort of the current state of Marvel TV.
For sure.
That being said, if it comes out and people like it, I'm totally willing to, eat my words and love every second of it. I just, at this point in time, like you said, I think this is its second or third name already. That's just like not good indications for me, I don't think.
Yeah, like I also kind of look at this like, would you rather have like this show or like a Wanda movie? It's like,
Right.
I think that most people would rather just wait a year and get a Wanda movie instead of all of these things. I know Heidi's saying
Oh, goodness.
Wanda and Wanda Forever, which is funny, but I just think that we're kind of like if you want like a Wanda movie, it's going to be like years away. It's like we're not close. So I think that they kind of have overestimated, like you said, Tommy, of like, oh, there was a good song. She was like in a show that did really well. So let's like give her own show. But it's like, did we like really need to do that? So
feels a little bit like a waste of money. Like they're just like kind of like throwing things like at the wall to see if it'll stick when like you said, you could just save that money and time and just put something bigger that will work.
There's been so much time in between this and WandaVision as well. Like WandaVision isn't even the most recent thing that Wanda has done, right? Like there's Multiverse of Madness, which is like totally moved the character in a different direction. So it feels kind of weird to come and revisit, a villain who was in the show for like 2 episodes at the very end.
Yeah. For sure. Seriously. That's funny. Kennedy's up on this. So is Magical Castle. And Heidi, of course, we all know this is going to be up on this. Even if Wanda's not in it, hopefully she's still up on it. Caden's up on it. Jason's kind of neutral. Like I said, Heidi says, bring back Wanda. We got some more thumbs up. Wanda forever. Very funny. I at first read it like the other movie. Oh my gosh, why am I blanking? Wakanda Forever.
Wakanda Forever. Oh yeah.
Forever. Yeah.
Like what am I trying to say? Wakanda Forever. It's not. It's Wanda Forever. Maybe that's the new title for the next movie.
Might trick people.
Yeah.
Seriously. But we're gonna move on to our next one, which I don't think is Marvel, but we'll see. It is not. It is a Disney movie, again slated for late 2024. Mufasa, the Lion King, which is kind of a prequel to the live action Lion King, which this movie will tell the story from like Rafiki's perspective to Simba's daughter, Kiara. Is that her name? I think.
Yeah. From the Lion Pride. What's that?
Or whatever.
Lion Club.
Yeah. So, like he'll be telling her the story of how Mufasa became the best king, like that the Pride Lands has ever seen, which is interesting. Again, I think this is one of those where it's like the Lion King live action made over like $1 billion. Let's do something with this because this will be like in the same live action style. I know that like a lot of the characters are coming back with like the original voice people for that like live action movie that came out whenever it was like 5 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
But we'll see on this. I'm kind of interested on this where I love the Lion King, but again, I'm like, is this like a necessary thing?
I don't think people care anymore. I think like my sister's was like her favorite movie. I think her kids will watch this because she cares. But I think like young kids, they don't care about Mufasa anymore. They know Kiara. And I think that putting it in live action, like I think I would have rather seen it as an animated movie like the original Lion King.
Yeah, I'm giving this one a cautious thumbs up. If I'm not mistaken, I believe Barry Jenkins is the one directing this. Mm-hmm. I haven't seen either of his movies. I think it's Last Black Man in San Francisco and If Beale Street Could Talk. I haven't seen either, but they're both super well regarded. And I like to think that if it's someone who is sort of coming from smaller projects, that like a stipulation was that he's able to sort of move the project in his own direction. So if if it turns out to be a movie where it's using sort of existing characters and existing world, so to speak, but doing sort of a new twist or a new story, I think that could be really cool, opposed to, the live action Lion King, which was like a shot for shot remake and just didn't bring a whole lot to the table for me personally. No. So giving a thumbs up, but I could be proved very wrong, depending on what it turns out to be.
Yeah. And I think that, again, this is kind of one of those things where like Caden says here, like didn't even know this existed. I think this is kind of one of those things that was announced, I'm pretty sure at the last D23 Expo. And it's kind of been one of those things that's like not on people's radar. And then when I was looking up stuff, like for this, I was like, oh, this is coming out like this year, which is kind of crazy. So yeah, like Disney's 3 major movies are going to be, I think, like they're going to hope that it recreates the success of the like first movies in that kind of lane. Like obviously this one made over $1 billion. Like, yeah. So who knows? We shall see.
I'm interested to see if it's geared towards adults or geared towards children. Because I think that like the director choice feels geared towards adults. This cover art feels geared towards adults.
Yeah.
So I'm interested in that too.
Yeah. Yeah, there'll also be new songs in this as well, which is going to be interesting. So who knows? I think that this has potential to be really good. I think if they do it right, but also then people could go and see it and say, like why did we do that? We didn't really need it. So hopefully it'll be good. But
if you could fill it with some banger music, I think it would really hold a lot of water there.
Yeah, for sure. Heidi's mixed on this one. Kennedy's down. Heidi says, shocked that they're doing this. Which is hilarious to see Heidi typing because like she'd be saying this when she's here or like looking like how come they're doing this, which is funny. Llama Floof says, I personally think they should recreate iconic films with oh my goodness with the Muppets instead of live action remakes. Llama Floof.
Mostly Muppets, and then you pick one.
Just do your own.
One live action actor to remain, and then acts solely against puppets.
Exactly. Seriously. Mixed on this one, thumbs down. And Magical Castle says, agree with Haley. This should have been animated instead. I think, again, that if you're pulling on that like nostalgia play, if it was like an animated kind of style or something, like I think it would do really well. So I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah. I think the animation just a little tricky because they don't do that 2D like hand-drawn style anymore. So it would be so if it like came out and looked like Frozen, I think people would kind of revolt against that as well.
Yeah, so. I didn't think
for sure. That's true.
Let's go back to it.
Yeah.
Throw some 2D animation at us.
I would love that.
I would love it too. Next up, we're into some park stuff, and that is the Country Bear Jamboree is going to be rethemed or I guess changed to the Country Bear Musical Jamboree. And this will have all of the bears that you know and love singing some Disney songs instead of their old songs that they used to sing. And I'm pretty sure this is like slated to open like in the summer because I think that it's going to close pretty soon in like March or something. Yeah,
I think so. I think that that's what I saw that recently, that it was like gearing up to be towards the end of its days.
Yeah. And I think on this one, I'm interested to see like what they're going to do with like the songs. Obviously, there was a clip that came out of them singing like the Bare Necessities, which was cool. But I'm interested to see what do they do with like the animatronics? Are they going to kind of like upgrade those, which it's kind of a quick little turnaround, so maybe not. I don't really know what kind of to expect because again, this is one I think where people love this one, but I just think that people don't bring their kids in to watch this show. And I think maybe having them sing Disney songs was kind of how Disney was like, I think this might be better. Yeah, I don't know. It's kind of interesting.
Yeah, I'm up on this. Country Bear Jamboree was definitely something that we skipped quite often at the park.
Absolutely.
I think that I would skip it less if I could hear just like a variation of like some of my favorite Disney songs. But yeah, I'm interested with the animation as well. I don't know anything about animatronics. I don't know if they can just like reanimate them, like if they can just kind of like reprogram and
reupholster them.
Yeah, change a couple things and make their lips move in a different fashion. But I'm excited for this. I think it'll give it some new life. I think it was like kind of like a passing point for people, like you said. Like I don't know. I didn't see kids going in very often.
Yeah, I think I'm like personally like fully neutral, like don't really have an opinion either way because like Haley said, we don't really go in there very often when we go. But sort of the more we talk about it, I think I'm leaning up just in case it turns out, if they can sort of compromise, so to speak, and bring some more juice to the attraction with, some more recognizable songs, but keep some of the charm and the animatronics and the characters so that the people who really love the original are still happy. I think that would be sort of a win-win all around. But yeah, like personally, I don't know how affected I will be one way or the other, but I know people really love it. So I would love for it to, just sort of be revitalized with a little bit of a different twist with the different songs.
Yeah. I think that this is like, one of those things where like, Where's the comment? Well, first of all, it closes late January. Thank you for correcting me,
Perfect.
which is good. And also that it was packed all week once this announcement was made, which I think is the case where there's people who love things, and then there's people who are like, oh, like I'm sad that it's leaving, but like actually like didn't ever go watch it and stuff. So hopefully this will be something where they'll see like a big change. People will go. I don't know what songs like the whole show is going to be, but I think that it could be cool if it's like Disney things. I'm just glad like Llama Flu said that it's just going to stay and that it's not going to close, because I think I was worried. I remember like people online were saying when they did like Tiana's Bayou Adventure that the whole area with like the Pecos Bill and Country Bears were going to close and they were going to build like a restaurant there. So I'm at least happy that this is going to stay, because I do love the Country Bears. I think it's fun. And hopefully they'll kind of keep some of the charm of the like original show, but just like a little new little layer to it or something, you know?
Yeah.
We have some heartbroken emojis from Heidi. She loves this. Kennedy's up on this. We have a boo, which is funny. Keaton says, I'm excited for this for one reason only, Mr. Mac McCanley doing music for Disney. There you go. Yeah, this is going to be, I think that like it's kind of like a twangy, like folky, but like upbeat music choice, I think, for this new show.
Yeah, it feels like they did, like put a lot of thought into like keeping, like making it something worthwhile to go to,
for sure,
instead of just like putting a Band-Aid on something that they feel like wasn't getting like a lot of traction.
Yeah, or just like totally shutter it, you know what I mean? Like if they just wanted to cut ties.
Yeah, this is a good question. What songs would you guys want in the new version? I don't know if it's going to be all Bear songs or if they're just kind of adding some, or if there'll be more. Like I don't really know what other Disney Bear songs there are, but
I feel like they have to kind of stick with like those Southern feeling songs. Like I feel like going like I can't be having these bears sing "Let It Go." Like that's just like not really gonna work for me. I don't think.
Yeah. Seriously, and I think that maybe it'll depend too on like what characters are singing. Like if I look at this poster, like you can kind of see like what vibes would like what's her name, Teddy Barra, want to sing when she comes down on her little thing. Like what song like will she sing? I don't know. I think it'll be interesting. I'm excited. I just love anything Country Bears ever since we did it for the first time, and I'm excited for any new thing, even if it kind of gets rid of something old. I'm excited nonetheless. Kennedy says, I hope that they fix the awful clicking sound of the end.
You didn't like the Chuck E. Cheese vibes?
It is so Chuck E. Cheese vibes. Those like it's like a moose and a deer and stuff. And like the one eyes, it's like, oh, that needs to be updated for sure. Justine is up on this. Heidi hopes that she can still meet Big Al walking around. Yes, hopefully so. And then a huge thumbs down for me here. First OG attraction, so it feels like a shame to change the original show. That's fair. I think what's hard about the change thing is that like change always happens whether we like it or not, and hopefully at least they're going to keep some original stuff with this. I hope, where it's like the animatronics are still like at least kind of look like them. Maybe they're going to fully just bring them back how they were. I don't really know. Again, I'm not an expert.
That would be so funny. Just like the exact same show, just like different songs coming out.
That would be hilarious.
It'd be so silly. So we shall see, but I'm excited about the new Country Bears. Next up, my favorite attraction, Star Tours, is coming with new adventures in 2024 featuring Ahsoka and potentially The Mandalorian, which is fun. I don't know too much about Ahsoka. Again, I had my phase where I was watching the animated shows, and then I've kind of taken a hiatus because life has just been so busy that I don't really watch any TV. But I'm excited for any new thing, and Star Tours I love, and any new I guess like potential for like a sequence I think is fun. So I'm thumbs up on this one. What about you guys?
I'm thumbs up for you guys. I can't, Star Tours is not something that I can visit. It makes me very sick. But I'm excited that there's like a new. I like that the concept that you don't really know where you're going anyway. Like you get like different journeys. Yeah. And so I think adding more to that is, I think it's a thumbs up.
Yeah. I think the new Star Wars, namely Ahsoka and Mandalorian, is a little bit of a mixed bag. But it is consistently good sort of visually and creatively. Like all the sort of new worlds and characters and critters and creatures and stuff like that have all been really strong. So yeah, just adding, more variety to the stuff that you'll see when you're in the ship, I think is just a sort of a net positive, and it can only be a good thing, really. Yeah. I just think that it's fun because again, when they
like I guess, well, I don't really know. Like I think that it keeps like the rewrite ability for people if you get something new and different, even if people don't love Star Tours, because there is obviously Galaxy's Edge. But still, I think it's fun that if it's like a low weight, you're like, yeah, like I'll go do it. Maybe I'll get something new or different. I think is exciting. So variety, like Lama Floof said, is never bad.
Well said.
Well said, for sure. But I'm also going to pull this up as well because this was announced. It's not going to be coming out this year, but it's a good little segue here to talk about is that there's a new Star Wars movie in a development, which I don't know if anyone has seen this, but it's a Mandalorian movie, and it's going to be called The Mandalorian and Grogu, which is the official title, which is interesting.
It's a bad title.
It's very to the point of what the
movie
doesn't
leave anything up for the imagination, I don't think.
Yeah, it's unclear whether it's like a working title or that will be the theatrical title, but it's definitely clunky.
It feels like they haven't made anything that happens in the movie yet. Like the script has not been written, but they know they're going to do it. So they just have to tell you the characters because they know for sure they're going to be in it.
Yeah, I don't know. Those shows all have sort of that naming convention where it's just like main character.
Yeah, The Mandalorian.
Yeah, some of the newer ones are a little bit more creative, but I don't know, maybe like when they're in this Mandoverse, it's just like, yeah, you just slap the main character's name, that's the title, don't overcomplicate it, but definitely not a strong title. I can agree with that, yeah.
I like The Mandalorian. I really like the show, so I'm excited for it. I hope that it doesn't miss as a movie instead of as episodes.
Yeah, my understanding is that it'll almost be like the finale to a season of The Mandalorian, which is super interesting to me.
So just like an extended episode?
Kind of, I guess. It's really sort of pushing all your, like Disney pushing, Lucasfilm specifically, pushing all their chips into the table with sort of the cross-pollination between Disney Plus and the theaters, which I think is risky. But, I mean, from my understanding, The Mandalorian is super popular and it does super well in terms of viewers, so that
and there's Grogu's so cute. You had to put his name in it,
and there's no reason that it can't translate to ticket sales. And like once you see sort of more Grogu merchandise on the shelves, that might sort of intrigue people to go and see it as well. So
I also saw that online people were asking, should he talk in the movie?
No.
And everybody was all split. And then I saw people saying, should he sound like Yoda or should he sound like just like something totally different? And everybody's mixed. So who knows? Maybe at the end of the movie, it'll be Grogu saying some words or something. I don't know.
Horrible. I think that will be bad.
Yeah.
Because he's so young compared to Yoda, even though he's old.
Yeah.
So like you think his speech would develop slower. So he's still like a baby.
Yeah, he hasn't even come close to talking in the show, so definitely be a little bit jarring. It reminds me, this is a little bit off topic, there's like a Pokemon movie where Pikachu talks to Ash in like a dream or hallucination, but when it happens, it's not clear that it's a dream or hallucination, and people did not take that well. I could see it going sort of a similar way if, at the end of the movie, Baby Yoda's just like, oh, Mando, or like starts talking backwards like Yoda. I don't know. It feels like something that will end up getting made fun of on the internet, but maybe I'm wrong.
I agree. Lama Floof says that it should stay a show, which I think
I can get behind that.
Yeah, it's very interesting. Caden's up on the Star Tours, and so is Kennedy and Jason and Fandoms and Figments. And then Lama Floof says that he wishes that Galaxy's Edge covered all of the movies instead. Yeah, I don't really know how like the timeline of all that stuff works, but I don't really know like who's able to be on that planet. I guess it's like the newer characters.
I think that some of it is that they want to keep it so to that world that like having to train so many people on so much different like lore and like Star Wars knowledge to keep it realistic, and like you don't really know, like it can't all be at the same time. I think the logistics are tough there.
Yeah, they definitely wanted to sort of place it firmly in the Disney Star Wars sort of arena. And I think sort of, when they originally aimed for it to be super immersive, that was definitely part of it. Be really restrictive on, all the characters and stuff they need to be cognizant of. It seems like they're kind of floating away from that a little bit with the different characters showing up. I tend to agree with Lama Floof. They should just,
it's just Star Wars.
Cut everything loose. Let Darth Vader walk around. Like, who cares?
Yeah, it's just Star Wars land. It's what everybody calls it. Anyway.
Yeah.
Seriously, and it's also very interesting that like the cast members who work there, they're all trained very specifically on stuff. It's like a different like lingo, and you kind of have like your own story. And I know for me, I was worried about getting that location because I'm like, I don't know stuff if people come up to me and stuff, and I'm kind of like in this like story. Like it's very hard. So hopefully,
Even, like calling things like a data pad instead of a phone, like just like the things that like you can't refer to outside of Star Wars, like vernacular.
It just feels like it caters to a very specific audience, and I think the sort of failure of the hotel kind of teaches everyone that you don't necessarily need to be that sort of niche in your targeting. Like people like Star Wars, just give them the Star Wars they like, and collect their money is, I think is an easy way to go about it.
You didn't have to bring that up. That was a low blow.
It's fair. That's very funny. Low blow. Yes, a bad title, but excited for this movie. That's fair. Maybe it's a working title. Like Tommy said. Hopefully they change it. Was I not taught the lingo in the Star Tour store? So because it's a different sort of, I guess, area, we just kind of talked like you were coming to Tatooine, and it was kind of just like in that kind of universe where we were very basic on our knowledge, I guess, of what we were told. We had a training that was all about Star Wars, but it was like a 10-minute video of George Lucas talking about characters and heroes and villains and droids and all these things, and that was kind of it. So yeah,
you didn't have to bright suns people.
No, but I think again, like I think there was no like expectation that you would lean into the Tatooine thing, whereas I think other people did of like welcome travelers and stuff. Other people were just like not in that kind of area. So yeah, like I don't really know. Like I think that it's probably part of it. I'm sure that they really would like if you did talk that way and stuff, but nobody really did. Which is
it's not, if you can walk out and like go to the Muppets or like
I think
it feels a little different.
Yeah, for sure. Next up is Fantasy Springs over at Tokyo Disney Sea, which is getting 3 new little like areas encompassed in that, which is a Frozen area, Peter Pan, Entangled, and then a new hotel kind of update here, which is very cool. I am so up on this, even though I may never ever see it. Hopefully one day.
Don't say that.
Yeah. But I think this is so great. And this will kind of segue, which I'll touch on now, into a future live stream that we're going to do probably in the next couple weeks of what movies and attractions. It'll be movies. We're going to put them into like a bracket, like to discuss which ones need more representation in the parks. And I think this is interesting that like they're getting Peter Pan, Entangled, and Frozen and stuff. It's like all of these big, heavy hitting things that I think that we wish we could have over here. Like, and they're doing it so well over there. Like this just looks so beautiful.
Yeah. I'm super jealous. It's a huge thumbs up for me, but very jealous. The Peter Pan doesn't really hit the same way for me as the other two, just because it feels like the attraction is very busy all the time. But like, I mean, I teach first grade. I don't know a single kid that's seen Peter Pan in my class.
Right. That's fair.
Like that doesn't make sense to me, but like, I think it'd be cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely a big thumbs up. It seems, very cool. It seems, it's almost like a direct translation of sort of the original park builds if you were to do it now, sort of with access, obviously, to today's technology. I think it's cool. I think it's sort of interesting the direction they went. Obviously very sort of like fantasy heavy. Yeah, definitely sort of something that immediately goes onto the bucket list. So big thumbs up from me.
Yeah,
seriously. And I think that they're going to be doing a like a boat ride for the Tangled area, which is like I don't know like the exact name, but it's like something about like lanterns or something. Peter Pan's going to have 2 attractions, one of which is like a Tinkerbell attraction, and then the other one I'm pretty sure is just going to be Peter Pan's flight, probably or something like around that. And then Frozen will probably just get Frozen Ever After. But I'm all for like how the land looks. It looks so beautiful, and hopefully in that live stream we'll touch on what movies need more representation. But I think that this would be so cool to have at Disney World or Disneyland somewhere closer over here. So we'll kind of touch on that later on. But where is it? Kennedy said here, like after seeing like the actual like area that's in Hong Kong, this will just be so cool as well. So some
of those parks is tough because it's not Disney funding,
right?
So they have like a little bit more outside funding to work with as like their country's tourist budget.
Yes, for sure. Yeah, that's true. Llama Floof says that we need to have this over here, like in America, the Arendelle area, and wants to know what's teaching first grade like.
It is a roller coaster. Every day is something different, but it's good.
Very funny. And then Alexis, welcome in, says big thumbs up. Would love to go there someday. Me too. Hopefully one day we can make it out there. But this will open in, I guess, June of this year.
That's crazy.
Which is crazy to me because I don't know how far along they are. Like I've seen like little updates, but it seems pretty crazy that a whole land's going to open in about like 5 months from now.
That's where I think that it feels like the American parks just move so slowly.
Yes.
Like one ride that's keeping the same ride track, getting overhauled takes forever.
Seriously.
And they're getting 3 whole lands with probably a total of 4 rides you said?
Yeah.
And they're definitely gonna have food and themed bathrooms and all of these other places and shops, and it's done.
It's true. Like, and then even over here, like you look at like Epic Universe is coming along, and you're like, this is just crazy as well. So I don't really know.
And Epcot had construction walls for like 4 years.
Mm-hmm. So hopefully the expo, we're gonna get some info here that's like, oh wow, Disney just like came in and they were like dropped the mic on what's happening. Hopefully that's the case. But next up is the Disneyland calendar for 2024, and I wanted to bring this up because there's some new stuff and some like old stuff coming back. But I wanted to show the dates because there's some cool stuff in here. Some stuff that you got to experience when you were there, and then other stuff that we haven't. But like. The big headline thing here, which I've seen advertised, is for Pixar Fest, which is coming in April. I think that'll be cool. That's like a whole parade and like a fireworks show and just a lot of things coming for that. But yeah, where do you guys kind of sit on this stuff?
We got to go to the Lunar New Year food festival last year, and actually I'm going to put out a video hopefully this week about just kind of like a look back at the foods from last year.
Yep.
It was really good. Their food festivals are a lot different than the ones at Epcot. So I think that it's kind of a different beast. Like you can kind of tackle everything. They give you like a lanyard. So
it's definitely not as
you're paying less per dish. Yeah. So their food festivals are cool. I'm really excited for Pixar Fest. I'm bummed that we are 4 days late for that one.
I know. Seriously, though. That's how I feel.
Yeah, I'm giving it a thumbs down because we're arriving after Pixar.
Because you're salty.
Yeah, I'm super salty. Yeah.
I'm salty too, honestly.
I'm hoping that they'll just what's an extra week? Like just keep it, it's going to hit, just keep it around for a little longer. There's nothing starting right after it. You'll be fine. Just keep it for us.
Yeah. So again, I know that again we're missing out on Halloween and Pixar Fest, which is kind of sad. I would have been thrilled to go see like Oogie Boogie Bash. Would have been so fun, but nonetheless, we're missing that by a few days and the other one by a few days. We're right smack in the middle.
Yeah.
So hopefully still great, and they treat us lots at the expo. That would be great. But next up, we're gonna move on to Fantasmic at Disneyland returning, and I didn't mean to pick this picture, which is the picture of when everything happened, but it was the clearest and best picture, and I thought was very funny. But this is coming back this year to Disneyland, and as you can imagine, I'm thrilled because this was one of my favorite things when I worked there for the summer, and I'm excited to see how this is. I know from hearing about it that you have to stand and watch the show, which I'm thumbs down on because I like to sit down for this show. And I know that there's going to be some new stuff and different stuff in it that we don't have at ours in Disney World. So big thumbs up on that. I'm just excited about anything coming back, and especially a show that I love, which, what about you guys?
Yeah, we didn't get to see it when we were at Disneyland. When we were there, we were trying to conceptualize where they have it because it's so different than Disney World. Because we have the amphitheater that's specifically for it, and there's is kind of just in the park.
It's in Adventureland, yeah.
But I do think that they have they sell cushions.
Oh, there we go.
They have or at least they used to, and I'm sure it's something that we could get on eBay of people that used to sell it if they don't. So we might have to come prepared for that. But I think it'll be one. It's definitely thumbs up for me, but I think we should stake it out for the best seats. I think that's worth waiting and changing shifts on getting a good seat for that.
Yeah, I'm really, really curious to see what the viewing situation is like. Like I said, when we were there, we had a really tough time of trying to imagine watching a stage show from where it's located. But at the end of the day, big thumbs up. Fantasmic is great. The more people that get to experience Fantasmic, the better. So, glad it's coming back, obviously.
Yeah, and we'll hope that this like whole fiasco doesn't happen again. I've heard that it's going to be updated where it's not going to kind of include that. So we'll see what happens. I don't really know. Again, it's very like, I know that when this happened, and then like working at Disney World, people were always very stressed about this happening there. It was like every time that there was an issue, it's like, please don't let this happen, because then it'd be both of them are not working. So
it's just crazy that that's such like a variable.
It is. And like I know there was a couple times when I worked where like they were like, they would try the dragon before the show and then it wouldn't work, and it's like, we're not doing it. So they'd have her instead, like when she gets raised up, she just like stays up there and she's like swinging her staff around, and it's like, people, I guess if they didn't know, wouldn't know, but if you know, you're kind of like, oh, that's like a bummer. So hopefully it's all smooth with this new update. Kennedy says that the viewing situation sucked when I watched it there. Studios is much nicer. Well, hopefully, like Haley said, we'll stake out and get a good spot, because I feel like this is like a big priority. This is like a new show coming back, and it's like a big show, and who knows what like the firework situation will be like.
Bigger priority than get your ears on.
Oh yeah.
When I watched your vlog, I was laughing so much that, because I was like, what a throwback to like the rave that they had at like the fireworks show that I didn't see, but I heard all about.
Bizarre.
It was like a fever dream.
Yeah,
like
so
it
weird.
seemed like something that was not meant to be, and like something didn't work, and that's what they threw on. But that is it. That's it.
So yeah, I don't know what it'll be when we're there, like I said, because like the Pixar stuff will be done. So maybe there's going to be a new show or like an old show coming back. I don't really know. Hopefully it's not the everybody get your ears on rave that they're going to.
I think we'll have a good time if it is, but yeah, hopefully we get something new.
And then everybody on this one's going to be thumbs up. Heidi, Magical Castle, Llama Floof, Kennedy, and Caden are all thumbs up on the Fantasmic revival at Disneyland. Next up, which I think might be the last thing for this kind of like first little section of our live, we'll touch on some more stuff later, is D23, now named D23 the Ultimate Disney Fan Event, not D23 Expo, which tickets will go on sale at the end of March, I think, Tommy, you had told us.
Yeah, I think like March 20 something, yeah.
So this is going to be fun. This is the 3-day sort of, I guess it's like a Comic-Con for Disney and all of its properties, and it's a 3-day event where they do like panels for Marvel and Lucasfilm and Disney Animation and live action and Pixar, and everybody comes out for all that stuff. They have like exclusive stores and you can meet people out there. It's a really cool event that I've always wanted to go to, and we are going this year.
Yay!
Myself, Heidi, and Haley and Tommy, which is so fun, which we've kind of said, like I know that in lives, haven't made like any videos about it, but we'll touch on that later, that I'm sure that at some point we'll do like an announcement that, hey, we're going to Disneyland, which is fun. But I'm so stoked on this. I'm big thumbs up on this for so many reasons, but like I said, which I'll like touch on this before you guys go, but that this is like a big deal, I think, for Disney, where they got to pull out some stuff that's not, which they've done in the past, like the blue sky stuff. Like we could do this, we could not do this. I think they have to be like, we're doing this and whatever it is. So I don't know what your guys' thoughts are on D23.
I think that the last one had so much blue sky that like things need to be set in stone now.
Yeah.
Like you need to come back with whatever you thought of last year and just set some things concretely and give us the park expansion, give us new rides, give us new experiences. We deserve it. Disneyland or Disney World needs it.
Yeah, it definitely feels like they're gearing up, right? Like Iger's back. The last year was so, or the last one I should say, was so like preparatory almost. It felt like it was building to something. So I think if they sort of fail to deliver, more tangible things in the future, I think that the reception sort of across the board is going to be pretty not great. So I am definitely optimistic, but I think that they are probably feeling some pressure to deliver some big hitters, especially with sort of how restrictive we've seen the movie slate is for this year.
And Epic Universe coming out.
Yeah, and the lack of sort of hard park announcements other than the Splash Mountain retheme. So, definitely excited though.
Yeah, I just think that I'm excited to see all that stuff, but also just like be there and like see like what the vibe is like, and just like even like I just want to see kind of like like everybody there, like are people like excited about stuff, and then like when they announce stuff, like we'll actually be there to see it, which will be cool to like hear like in the room what people think about it, which will be fun. So again, like if anybody has any tips and you've been to this before, we're gonna try to like look stuff up, but kind of what's the move?
Nowhere.
That's what I was gonna say. Right, there's like nothing out there for this. I know this year as well, they're gonna do like a kickoff at Disneyland. I'm pretty sure it's on the 8th of August, and then they'll do like the expo days. And I know that it's going to be at the same location, like the Anaheim Convention Center, but also at, I think it's like the Honda Center, which is like a big arena there. They're going to kind of do stuff like between both. I think that like the arena will probably be for like those big panels of like the Marvel, Star Wars and stuff. So we'll see, because I know that was a big thing, like in the past, where people had to wait from like midnight till the next morning to even get into the panel. So who knows?
Yeah, definitely trying to get out in front of that. Like you said, like do some recon and research and figure out like the steps needed so that we can be there for like the big announcements that we want to hear.
Yeah. So this will be fun. So definitely stay tuned for more to come on this on our channel, and I'm sure Haley and Tommy's channel, and on Instagram, and just everywhere. This will be a big thing, and it's going to be quickly coming up. I know that like August kind of seems far away, but so did 2024, and now it's so yeah, who knows? Llama Flu says that fans have been saying this for years, but this D23 has to be huge.
Yeah.
I hope so. I would love that so much. If it was just like the best one ever and they announced so many things, I think would just be so fun. And Magical Castle says Blue Sky felt like somebody missed their homework. They need to have real plans to announce. I think that's the consensus. Because again, it's like, oh, we could do this, or we could not do this.
Like we thought about doing it. Like,
wouldn't it be cool if this happened?
Yeah.
I don't know.
They just went up and winged their presentation.
Seriously, but it's like what are you actually going to do? I think is kind of the consensus. So we shall see. Again, if anyone has any tips, or you know anyone who's been, or you've seen anything about it, like let us know, because I would love to know kind of what the vibe is, what the plan is, like how busy is it actually? Because from what I've seen, it's busy, but like the people that I've seen do stuff are people that were like invited out there and stuff. So really maybe like a different perspective on what we'll get to see. So
yeah, like how stressed should we be in the planning process of it?
That's what I was just going to say. Seriously, how worried should we be? How much like thought should go into this, of like planning a schedule of like what do we need to do and get done, and kind of that kind of thing. Like I'm sure that we'll have to go in with like priorities of like
dividing and conquering, figuring it out.
Because I know like some people go and they just get pins and they wait in line all day for pins, or people wait all day for merch. Other people prioritize like the panels and stuff. So I don't know like what our move will be. I'm sure that we'll discuss it, but I can't wait for those vlogs, and it'll be so fun. So stay tuned for that, even though it is far away. But I'm pretty sure that's it for the 2024 slate for Disney. There's obviously stuff that I missed though, which has kind of come out like on Disney Plus and things, but there's just like a lot of random little stuff. This is like the big kind of heavy hitting stuff coming this year, which is like a lighter year than in years past, like I would say, in terms of movies and parks and stuff.
Yeah.
So
maybe things that, because I feel like August, you still got a couple months left, so maybe we'll have some things sneak in there.
Maybe
D23.
Seriously, so we'll see what happens on that. But I'm hoping that it's a big D23, like Llama Floof said. I'm going to be selfish and say, give us every like new thing, Josh, tomorrow. Come out there and wow us.
Bring that animatronic cart back out and give us a lot to talk about.
Yes, seriously. But I'm going to pull up this while we're here chatting, and it's going to be a lot of things, and I'm going to touch on this. And are we okay to say something that I kind of segued at the beginning that involves?
Absolutely.
Okay, cool. Because I'm like I don't want to pull this up, and then you guys are like, what are we doing here? But I'm going to pull this up, and this is stuff to come on our channel. It's kind of all packed in with like some actual plan stuff, but then also things that are up in the air. The first is our next 2 live streams will be Disney Parks, what movies we need to see more of in the parks, which will be fun to talk about. And then for Valentine's Day, last year we did like ranking Disney couples. This year it'll be ranking Disney families, which is fun, which is all about love, which will be some fun things there. And then in terms of like other things that are more up in the air, trailer reactions, of course. A new year means new movies coming out, and of course I'm going to react to the like Inside Out. Well, we already did get a trailer, but I guess like a newer one. And then for Deadpool and stuff, I'll react to those because I love those. We'll do a Disneyland obviously trip announcement, which is fun. I'm not too sure when that'll be, but hopefully maybe soon enough. I don't really know. And then we wanted to talk on this while Haley and Tommy are here, but myself, and Heidi and Haley and Tommy are going to start a podcast, which is fun. So if you're not like already tired of hearing us talk and a live stream, now you can listen to us in your car on Spotify and Apple Music.
Yep, that's on the docket. As soon as we come up with a name, we're in there.
That's the thing. I was going to say we're kind of stuck on the name thing because we're trying to make it like, again, kind of more like, I don't know, like up in the air of like kind of more general, but also still Disney, because we'll talk about Disney stuff, but also other random stuff. So
yeah, and that's because like Disney obviously brought like both of our couples together. Like that's how we met, was through Disney YouTube. But then it just like turned into like a real genuine best friends. And so I think that like, because we don't live close, I think that as we start recording episodes and things, like it'll just go Disney real life, Disney life. So
exactly.
Kind of not putting ourselves in just the Disneyverse.
For sure. And this will also be like on Spotify, like in Apple Music, I'm sure, but also we'll do some like some video stuff. I think like is the plan to also post it like out there for video, because people then who want to watch us sit there and chat and stuff. Yeah, like I think like it'll be cool that like it'll be more of like a laid back thing of us just like chatting and stuff, which is fun. And obviously like we'll talk about like new stuff, and like I think that like our trip will be like a huge thing. So it's
and
exciting.
That's what like, and then when we're together in Disneyland, we can do some live streams of like a podcast. I think that'll be fun. I think
sure.
And what I always say, like whenever we get off these lives, we end up talking for like an hour or two, like into the wee hours. And I said, like, I think you're interesting. I think we're interesting. So I feel like it's a fun thing for us to do.
Yeah, for sure. So that's gonna come like hopefully soon. We're just waiting on like a name, and that's kind of
so help us out. This is a beacon. It's a beacon for help.
Yeah, like it's also hard because again, like it's not one of those things where like if it was us, like it would stick to like our brand of like the sunny stuff, but it's not. So it's like we got to try to find something that like fits with like it's tough. So yeah, once that comes with a name, you'll be listening to our voices.
Yeah, that's all you'll hear.
And also this is a good question. Llama Floof says, will live streams slow down? They will not. The plan is still twice a month, if not more, which is fun. We love live streams, and again, we're just gonna try to do lots of content this year. That's my goal is content. So podcasts with you guys, stuff on our channel. You guys are getting back on the saddle for YouTube. I think it'll be the year of content.
2024 is the year of content. 2025 year of some other big things.
Which I was gonna say, the last one on here is gonna be some wedding content, because obviously we're planning a wedding for 2025. So we're gonna post some stuff on that to come this year of like our process of like all the stuff. We've already filmed stuff. We'll put stuff in like a few different videos and make it a series, and then hopefully get to share like the actual day on here of like someone filming it, and stuff will be so fun. So, and there's also so many surprises to come, which I'll leave it at that. I don't want to say too much about surprises because then it's not a surprise.
I'm excited. I like surprises.
Me too. So hopefully everyone else does. But again, for us in 2024, it's the year of the content. Is what it's going to be.
That's where we're at.
Yeah.
We're going to film a vlog tomorrow too. So we should have
beautiful
our 1 year anniversary tomorrow. So we should have a vlog of that.
Mm-hmm.
That's so fun. I love it. So yes, everybody's excited about the podcast. Super cool. Yay to the podcast. Yay to the podcast. Congrats on the podcast. Thank you guys so much. We're so excited about it because again, it'll just be 4 friends sitting down chatting.
That'll just be the name, a very lengthy name. 4 friends sitting down chatting podcast.
Friends chatting.
The friend chat.
The friend chat. Seriously. And yeah, we had a happy anniversary from
Thank you.
But again, so lots to come like on our end. I'm sure like you guys as well, doing like some weekly and daily vlogs is so fun. we like have lots to come, which is fun. I'm just going to say that. But again, all this stuff here, podcast and more surprises, so many fun things to come. And I wanted to pull this up as well because I posted this yesterday, was a little Disney College Program reunion with all these people, which was honestly so fun and so great. And anybody who watched the vlogs from the program will know like a lot of these people. And this is like a whole group of some characters I'll tell you here, which is so fun. So we had a great time. We did some Christmas things and played some games, and it was just like nice and fun. So we thought that we'd vlog that for you guys and for us to go watch back, which is great. So hopefully you all enjoyed that one. But yeah, kind of a shorter episode today. Which
for us, for sure.
Yeah.
We're 3 windbags up here, so we definitely can talk.
Windbags, so funny. Llama Floof also says, how does White Elephant work? I was confused when there were so many steals. So we talked about this of like so many people play it like so many ways, I think. So we kind of decided that we were going to open up gifts the first round, but you could also steal if you didn't want to open a gift. And then we did a round of only steals. So that's why there were so many steals, was you didn't have to open a gift. You could steal if you wanted to instead.
No, it kept the game going long. It was definitely fun to watch and try and guess what you were going to steal or Heidi wanted. And
there was also some betrayal, a lot of betrayal. I was so betrayed when my Lego got taken from me.
Yeah, it's when you find out who really cares.
Ruthless. And then and then I was like, I don't care. Now I'm going to go for it and I'm going to take that guess who. Twice.
The gloves came off. I watched it happen.
Stole it twice. I felt so bad. But yeah, that was so fun. But yeah, thank you all for joining us here today. I know this was a shorter one. Stay tuned, I guess in 2 weeks for a new live stream. We'll talk about all of the movies that we think need more representation. And we're going to ultimately decide the main one. Which one? Oh, we have another question. This is fun. We can stay and
we'll be on here anyway.
Seriously, do you guys like North Carolina?
Yeah, we are.
Yeah.
It's gotten like we've kind of like the weather has been a bit of a roller coaster as well, where we get like a really warm day and then we get an email from like our apartment complex. It's like, turn your heat on and leave your sinks running. So but we're enjoying it.
No, I'm definitely loving it. It is definitely different from being in Florida this time last year, but not bad at all.
The only thing I miss about Florida really is driving to Disney in 2.5 hours.
Yeah.
But our wallets needed a couple years of recovery after living so close to Disney World.
Yeah. And we went to the city a couple times. So yeah, we've been having a lot of fun.
Yeah, and that's what tomorrow we're gonna do, like a staycation. We have a massage in the city and then like a little city day staycation. Mm-hmm. So we're gonna do some more exploring. But no, it's been great. Thank you for opening your home state to us. We appreciate it.
There you go. Very nice. And Llama Floof says, wait, Q&A?
You got questions?
Yeah.
We've got answers.
Yeah.
Seriously. We can take some questions if you want to, for sure. I was also going to say that, yes, that like for us on our channel, we used to post like 2 times a week, but it might kind of be more random where it's like once or twice, just so everyone knows who's watching this, with all that new stuff to come. Because again, stuff could happen where it's like a trailer comes out and then we post that or like, random stuff. But I just wanted to share that. But if anybody has any questions, we'll stay on for a bit. We can do a little Q&A. And then if not, that's okay. But
or if you want to spitball some podcast names, what would you click on? What podcasts do you watch?
True. Are there any Disney ones that anybody watches, or just like anything in general? It's very interesting. I think that like it's taken a whole, like they're just like huge now, podcasts.
The only thing I listen to unless I'm at the gym.
Yeah. Seriously. I love it so much. But yeah, it's exciting. And we talked about this. I don't even know how long ago did we talk about doing a podcast?
I think we've been talking about it. I mean, I think we've been kicking around the idea, like like since our last trip, I feel like it's kind of like been like kind of like a
it's been in the air, I guess. Yeah.
Like it's like when you're serious, but you don't know if the other person's serious. So like you say it as like like that'd be fun.
Yeah.
And then you have to kind of like you put the feelers out, but
for sure,
it's been months.
It has been for sure, and it's like now. Like I think ever since like before the holidays, it was like, okay, like we're gonna do this, but what are we calling it? That's our only really hiccup is
Yeah. Because that's what I don't
Definitely the
think we
biggest
have
hurdle.
any shortage of conversation.
No.
Oh no, not at all. Kennedy loves the TTA podcast. I don't know that one.
Oh yeah, me neither. That's a good one. I'm glad. I love these. That's what I actually was going to put out, like an Instagram story, because I'm running low on podcasts.
There you go. Maybe
I'll have to add that one to
TTA. Llama Floof has some thoughts on these live stream ideas. Disney Knockout 2 will be coming for sure. That's going to be coming in the future. Rating trash cans.
That one's such a good one.
That's
very good one. Rating animatronics and Kahoot. Very fun.
Those are fun.
It is, yes. These will all be, we already know that Disney Knockout 2 has to come because I promised Llama Floof that on the last one. Yeah. And rating the animatronics was one that we talked about last year that we didn't get to fit in there. So those will for sure come. And trash cans could be so fun.
Well, I mean, and even I feel like that's like one of those, like, if you know, because if you're just like popping onto this live stream by accident and there's like rating trash cans, people would be like, what are you talking about? But little do you know, there's salt and pepper shakers, there's t-shirts, there's tons of merch around it.
And we have an expert. Caden will be the expert because he did custodial last year.
That's awesome. You know all the trash cans.
But yes, I think that those are all great. Llama Floof, thank you for the input. As always, Llama Floof is always so...
The brains of the operation.
Yeah, seriously. We're just going to have to hire you on as like a...
I was going to say, when's his cut coming?
Executive producer.
Put him in the credit names.
For the live stream name, do you guys have any ideas? Like, are we talking podcast names? Is that what we're talking?
We have been kicking these out. Like, we have been talking probably close to a month.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah,
if we had any ideas, and the four of us are always just like,
And it's also hard because this is funny. Sunny with a chance of disease.
Like Cloudy with a chance of meatballs. We'll just make the cover art that book cover, but with the four of us.
That is very funny.
Oh, that's a good one.
Very good, Scarlett. Very funny.
More than a chance.
Yeah.
Yes, it's like it's always hard to come up with any name, whether it's like a channel name or
we know.
When we did live streams, it's like what do you call these things? And it's like it's always hard. And then like it just happens one time where you hear one and you're like, yeah, that's the one. Yeah. You know? So hopefully we'll get to that point where it's like I feel like we have to do like a FaceTime call to be like, what are ideas?
Even terrible ones. Like we just need to come up with a list and just throw everything down there and then figure it out.
Yes. And also be so honest and go, no.
That name stinks.
Oh, I wish we had run our original name by literally any human beings before us.
What are you doing? What are you talking about?
What is that? It was our rebrand was
necessary.
Thought about after like, I don't know, month 2.
Yeah.
And then we had to wait a couple years to rebrand.
Yeah, it's hard. So yes, that's kind of the only thing that we're waiting on is once that's done, it'll be put out there that we're doing it, and then we're gonna release an episode.
No blue skies here. It's
no,
coming.
This is actually happening. This is not a like, oh yeah, we'll do this and then not do it. It's a for sure gonna happen, which is good. But yeah, if you have any ideas or you're like, I think this would be good, you can either comment on this video or let us know with like a message and let us know. And again, what kind of podcasts that you listen to? Are they like Disney specific? Are they kind of a mix of both? Do you not listen to any Disney podcasts because you're like, I watch way too many other Disney things. I just want something different. There's all kinds of people out there that like different things.
Yeah. And like if you click on a Disney podcast, are you expecting 100% Disney? Or like, do you care about the people talking about it? Like,
that's true.
I told you guys the other day, I watched a podcast and it was supposed to be top 10 favorite Disney snacks. It was an hour-long podcast, 40 minutes of it, 40 minutes in, they started talking about their favorite snack and then they only got to 5. I felt so cheated. So
it's so funny.
I'm interested because there has to be people who enjoy that.
Yeah.
I guess. Yeah.
To know.
For sure. Like, and I also like I'm one of those people, like, I know that we're kind of in like a TikTok world. I'm one of those people that I like want to know about people, but also still get to the point of like the topics and stuff, but also like, I just like longer form things. And that's why like, I love YouTube and podcasts. Cause it's like longer where it's like, I can like be in the car for an hour and listen to like the same podcast.
Yeah, I think long form is sort of on the comeback as well. It seems like people are really starting to be like, oh wow, like this is so much more enjoyable than just getting bombarded by 45-second TikToks. And it really depends, right? Like
Yeah.
TikTok serves a purpose, but
For sure.
you're not extracting a ton of, like you said, knowledge or
you
sort
don't
of
get to know. There's
that
no personal
parasocial
bond.
sort of internet, like friendship almost you feel with the people you listen to and watch.
For sure.
It's kind of not there when it's a minute long maximum.
Yeah, but I've had to cut myself off of like watching TikTok because I can feel my attention span getting shorter and shorter. So like I would turn on a movie and like halfway through like start scrolling and I'm like, oh my goodness.
It's hard. And it's also because it's like one of those things where I think that also people use it as like a source of like what's happening or news or different things. So it's like it's very quick stuff on there.
Mm-hmm.
And it also has had people where like the kids that I have like at our daycare that are like older, they play games and then have to move on to something else. It's like it's just with everything, right?
Yeah, it really, that short form consumption is not good for your brain.
No. So hopefully you won't be tired of listening to all these live streams, long podcasts, and long videos and all that.
Yeah, you'll be able to recognize our voices. If you ever see us in the park, you'll hear us long before you see us.
Yeah,
seriously. Yes, and also, what was I just gonna say, I don't know what I was gonna say. I lost it. It's okay. It'll come back to me later, and then we'll talk about it after.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
But this has been so fun. Thank you to everyone for being here. And again, if you're watching this after and you have any podcast idea, if you have any podcast name ideas, is what I meant to say. And like any other questions or things that you want to see from us in the future, please let us know. And thanks for watching it back. If you're new, consider subscribing to our channel and to Haley and Tommy's, which I'm going to send down here in the chat once again, if I can pull it up here.
And as always, Brandon, thank you so much for having us on.
Yeah,
we love being here with you guys.
Always,
I could sit and chat with you guys all day. And I had like a long day today where I was doing like ornaments on our tree. So I'm just like, hopefully I can like handle this live stream and be focused. And it was great, hopefully, for everyone out there, because it was a long day and poor Heidi doesn't feel well. So I'm trying to like do my best to take care of her and stuff, So hopefully it was fun. But there's Haley and Tommy's channel. Definitely go subscribe. And we got some messages for get well soon, Heidi. Heidi's here. Get well soon, Heidi. She's so sweet. But yes, we'll see you all very soon in a couple weeks. Oh, also Llama Floof said Sunnyside Disney. Very fun. Keep them coming. Keep the names coming. But yes, we'll see you in 2 weeks live again. And we're going to touch on some movies that need more representation. And stay tuned for some surprise videos to come, hopefully in the next couple weeks. Very fun. We'll see you all very soon. And thanks for watching.
I'll do Heidi's part.
Oh, yeah. It's always sunny.
Always sunny.
Yay.